Hello, 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 collective. Welcome to Carmen Tarot. For those of you who are new, my name is Carmen. I am an intuitive tarot reader. I do use tarot cards, runes, numbers, letters, crystals, and colorful language. If any of that offends you, feel free to hard left the video. For those of you who are staying, we are going to get a Beltane read. Okay, so a lot of people may not know what Beltane is, so I'm going to do a little bit of education before we get rolling. So Beltane is a fire festival. It is of Celtic or pagan roots. It is a celebration of the height of spring. The height of spring. So when is it celebrated? It's halfway between the spring equinox and then the summer solstice, halfway in between them. Why does this occur? It's the reasoning for the celebration is to protect people, their crops, and cattle, also encouraging growth. Okay, where did it originate from? Usually, and still to this day, it's still celebrated in Ireland and Scotland mainly. Activities that happen during this time, you guys. So bonfires, maypoles, dancing, and fertility rituals all come with it. Also feasting, usually consisting of like bannocks, which are like a oak cake, like an oat cake, mead, which is beer, hot stuffed mushrooms, fiery pepper spreads, for a more kind of like an average version of it, I guess is how I'd put that. Or like a less spicy option would be like beef and potato stews and like garlic butters on breads. Strawberries, honey, and anything dairy are also good for the feasting. So the maypole, okay, is a pole with ribbons or flowers and you dance around it. Bonfires, there's usually two. Anything needing cleansed or protected is walked through the smoky middle and the fire is meant to cleanse. So, alright, now to get down to the nitty gritty of this holiday a little bit here. So some of this may be a little uncomfortable for some of you. If it is, feel free to hard left the video. For the rest of you, great. Dancing around the fire or jumping over it. So this is kind of where the hand fasting rituals like historically came from. So on Beltane, there's a May Queen and then a Green Man or King of the Oak. Okay. So this would be a young couple that wants to get married after hand fasting. Okay. So hand fasting would be when two young people kind of get together, both families are in compliance, where their hands were tied together or laced together, and they would be allowed to kind of run off in the woods and kind of consummate the relationship. The vows that they took right before this running off and celebrating would be to pledge each other to one another for a year and a day. Okay? A year and a day. And then they were allowed to kind of just go consummate and do what they wanted. Depending on how prude or how open the village or wherever they were celebrating was, sometimes this would be in full public view. And if they stayed together for the year and a day, the next year they could kind of apply to be the May Queen and the May King, kind of the Oak King or the Green Man. So they pick one couple that is the May Queen and the May King, Green Man, Oak King. And those people would then take their marital vows, and the same would occur. Their hands would be fasted together, but this would be forever vow instead of just for a year and a day. And then they'd go off into the woods and consummate the marriage. So if you've ever heard the term hand fasting, this is kind of where it began, okay? It's also used for people to re-pledge themselves to their partner as well. So couples that were already married and wanted to kind of renew their vows use this as like a re-pledging ceremony. There's also a ceremony, well, I should say ritual kind of washing your face with the morning dew. So the night of April 30th, they start celebrating, and then the morning of May 1st, you wash your face with the morning dew. Also, there's May baskets. So that's when you fill a basket with flowers or treats, and you give it to someone who is in need or someone who just needs to be cheered up. This could be people who are sick, lonely, poor, or elderly. All of those rituals kind of happen during this time frame. So, okay. Let's get cracking. We are going to do zodiac reads for all 12 signs for Beltane. We're going to get a tarot card draw, an advice card, and then an oracle. All right, let's start with Aries. What is going on for Aries during Beltane? What advice can we get from Beltane? What's coming? What can Beltane provide for Aries? Spirit, what can Beltane provide for Aries? Beltane for the Aries collective. All right. 5 of Swords. Knight of Wands reversed and the Emperor. How interesting. Okay. Okay, some of you might be feeling as if you're kind of in a battle against other people or another person at this point. Could be even up to 5 people. Like this could be a work situation. We're just not getting along with the team. The Knight of Wands reversed is somebody kind of provoking you to do what they want you to do and not what you want to do. So you could have a manipulator around you, especially if it's someone who makes attempts to abuse power that doesn't really have power. It's a very amateur energy, but then it pops up with the Emperor here, so there could be a lot of you where just this arguing with people kind of seems futile because their manipulation is not working on you. Or at least you shouldn't be letting it work on you, is how I will put that. Like this arguing and manipulative energy around you, it's not going to take the cake for you. Not even close. I think you're standing within your power and you're really focusing in on the actuality of things, like the evidentiary things, instead of focusing in on what it is these people are saying. Like you say you'll do that, but you don't really do it. So there's that. Like until you really start doing something, I'm not really doing shit. Like that's kind of the energy this is coming at here. Yep. You get Urus. What you fear becomes your limit, and diamonds form under pressure. Definitely with the Emperor card here. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes, some. There's a lot of you that are really kind of showing your grit under pressure here, really showing that you don't fold, really showing that you can stand on your own 2 feet and that you can independently do whatever the fuck you need to do to get it done. This is that very untamed potential energy here, especially with fear becoming your limit. I don't feel as if there's a lot of you that fear this situation. I feel like it's the energy around the situation that's fearful. Like you could fight with your coworker, but then you could get fired. So maybe there's another option to the limitation here that doesn't absolve you to have to be fearful or have you kind of tucking your tail between your legs or happen to be the bigger person here. Like there comes a certain point here, probably between now and I'm going to say the 5th. Between now and the 5th, there's some point where this person, like, they try to provoke you into that fear-based thinking or that fight or flight, and I don't feel like you're going for it. I don't feel like it's going to push you or provoke you in the way that they expected. Like, they're trying to manipulate you, and you're not allowing it to happen. Just remember to stay in your own strength, play to your own strengths, and know that you have untamed potential. Like, just because you haven't done it doesn't mean that you can't. Is how I will put that to you. Like, just because you haven't doesn't mean you can't. Okay. We are going to move on to Taurus. Alright, Taurus, let's get cracking on you guys. Spirit, what do we have for the Taurus collective during Beltane? What do we have for the Taurus collective? What do we have for the Taurus collective? Alright. 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords, Justice reversed, and the Ace of Wands reversed. Wow. Somebody is really, really regretting a fucking commitment here. I can't see this go any other motherfucking way. Whether you got married or you put yourself in a relationship or you went to some sort of celebration or some sort of invitation somewhere and you are really fucking regretting it. between like now and the 4th, this situation could happen, or we're going to say this could have been something that has happened within like the last 4 months, where like there's been a commitment that's been tested and it just created a whole lot of fucking anxiety. There could have been a lot of fighting, a lot of sleepless nights. You could have been sleeping by yourself instead of sleeping with your person. This is pretty fucking specific. Something is very unfair, very unjustified. And just a low-key note here, like somebody may not be divorced. Like somebody is needing to get divorced and has not gotten divorced. Like maybe you found out the person is married. Maybe they're separated, but they're like still legally married. Something to that effect. And it's really putting a crutch in the future here with that Ace of Wands reversed. That's really putting a big fucking dent in what you can or cannot accomplish with this person or with these people. This is more of a career-driven read for somebody. Like if you're not involved, absolutely not with anybody, and there hasn't been any commitments anywhere, I'm going to say that this is probably family or work-related. You could have kind of laced yourself in somehow with a family event or someone within your family. Like maybe you, like if you were at a family get-together and you kind of, how do you say? You involved yourself with someone, with a family member here, and you were definitely regretting it afterwards because it created a whole lot of fucking loss for you, like in a very large amount of anxiety. And at the end of the day, justice has still not been served, and it's going to follow you. Whatever you said or did at this event is going to follow you. And whether it's fair or unfair, it could just be people talking, and you can't control people talking about whatever happened or whatever was said. This is definitely one of those situations where, like, you put your trust into something. You committed and put your trust into something or someone. And out of it, you got an extreme amount of anxiety, or especially with that justice reversed. It's something that's irreversible. It's something that you cannot take someone to court for. It's something that you cannot call the cops on. It's something that you can't report. Like, this is, and because it's swords, it could just be fucking words. Like, I think moving forward into the future, like the words, the reputation of it are what's going to prevent you from being able to reach for what you really want. Okay. All right. What advice do we have for Taurus? Spirit guides, ancestors, what advice do we have for Taurus? Advice for Taurus during this Beltane? Ooh. Yeah, you're not in your own energy. You haven't detoxed from whatever. You haven't removed yourself completely from whatever this was, okay? You also get Perth. So that's occult, secrets, dice cups, mysteries, evolutionary change, okay? Like, you guys could be dealing with an occult matter or some sort of secret that was revealed, okay? And it made some sort of beautiful disaster. It could have caused, like, someone to leave a commitment or something. It could have been like, hey, you're at your cousin's wedding and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe he married her. She's such a hoe. Like... whatever the fuck you said caused a lot of fucking shit, man. I mean, a lot of shit. If this is more work-based, this could be somebody like, maybe you trusted somebody at work to say something and it kind of came back to bite you in the ass. You may have lost your job because of what you said. And your reputation from that job may be preventing you from getting a job that you really want. Okay? But your advice here is to let go of shit, because that detoxifying energy that you hold so tight to, Taurus, y'all are the best at cutting motherfuckers off and like a clean cut, like detox. Like straight detox, nope. Like, you don't just cut people out. You completely remove everything about them that was them, that they touched, breathed on. Like, you just fucking disperse that shit because you don't want nothing to do with it. And honestly, it's one of your guys' best fucking traits here. Especially if this has to do with secrets or something that was mysterious. Like, if you were with someone else and you were trying to put two and two together here and make something make sense, there was communication. There was a like-mindedness. Maybe it's time to bring that truth out, that it wasn't just you and it wasn't the things that you said, because the truth is also here. So focus on the facts and the accuracy of things, what you can prove, okay? You also get fire here. This is a fire festival, so some of you maybe possibly just need to do a fire ritual. Like, make a bonfire and walk through the smoke. Let it cleanse you. Let it detoxify you. Some of you might just need to write this person or these people's names on a piece of paper and fucking throw them in a fire. Like, wish them to be gone. Like, gone from your energy. Rebuke them from your energetic space. Okay? All right. Then you get Gibu. So some of you might be getting a gift, but understand that those gifts come as an exchange, okay? Watch what you're signing in contracts, making sure you're reading the fine print. If you're buying anything new, make sure everything is done before you sign, things like that. It also is like a sacrificial energy, so you may have to give something else up to obtain something better. So a lot of times when I see this card, especially if this is the person about the career here, a lot of times you will feel really upset that something wasn't given to you that you wanted. But the important thing to remember is to keep your vibration where you need it to be, where you're peaceful, where you're not being toxic, where you're motivated. Okay? Be that beautiful disaster you can be. You know what I mean? Like, you might be a disaster at this point. Things may look disastrous, but be beautiful while you do it. Like, if you're going to walk through the fucking flames, be the king of hell type of energy. But understand that just because you didn't get what you wanted the first time doesn't mean that that's what was for you. Sometimes we get passed up for things because something better is coming. Okay? Then you guys also got Just Breathe, but it's in reverse. So something frustrating could be happening during Cancer season, or it may have happened during Cancer season. So it could have been July 21st through June 21st through July 2nd. So that may have been that situation that happened like during Cancer season, or during this Cancer season could be when this shit's kind of come into flow here, when we're finally able to breathe. Like, once we're finally past it, like, it's not the point where you're reminding yourself like, oh, just take a deep breath. I know it's frustrating and I'm sick of talking about it and I'm sick of people questioning or asking me about it. Like, I'm just fucking done. Like, during Cancer season, you may get back into that very Taurus, very bull energy of being like, I don't have to explain myself to fucking nobody. Negative. Very much so. Okay? All right. Those are the messages I have for you, Taurus. If they resonate, please do hit the like, share, subscribe. Feel free to comment. I am going to move on to Gemini. Hello, 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 Gemini. Spirit, what do we have for Gemini during the Beltane season? What do we have? What can we let them know through Beltane? What does Gemini need to know? What does Gemini need to know, Spirit? What do we have for Gemini? The Gemini Collective. What's going on? One card? Holy shit. Okay. Ooh, 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you might be thinking about moving. Like moving out, moving abroad, relocating. Some of you might be switching jobs. Like perhaps you get a job offer that you have to relocate for. Perhaps that's coming for somebody. I really do get a strong energy of like a savings energy here too as well. So some of you might really be trying hard to save enough money to put yourself into a, I don't want to say a better situation. It's like an upgraded situation. So that's like that energy of being like, okay, you know what? Like, we are really okay here, but I really feel like we deserve better than this. We deserve more than this. It's not really like a materialistic thing. Like, perhaps someone has to kind of step it up because that is their career set. Like, maybe if you relocate, you get like a bigger job title and it requires you to live at a certain standard. Yeah. For some of you, this is kind of a lesser energy I'm feeling here, but I'm just going to say it because it is there. Some of you are really just protecting what is important to you at this time, not just your finances. Like, you are really specifically making sure that what you're protecting is the shit you actually care about. Like, you're letting go and being gone with the shit that really doesn't matter. Like, you're more concerned with the 4 of Pentacles. You could have been in a situation where you were at like a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles, where you were independent and you were doing your own thing and things were happy and things were cool. And now we've bumped back down to this 4 here. That's really weird because I'm not usually drawn to that energy for this card, but for some reason, like I don't feel it's the bigger collective here. I feel like it's most of you just really looking into like a change of scenery, a change of job, a change of place to live, a change of maybe you're even just switching shifts because you don't really get along with it, like things aren't really kosher with the shift you're on. Maybe you're switching to a different shift or a different department where things are a little bit easier or a little bit better for you in some way, shape, or form. It could be that, but there's like this little side hustle energy that I just keep hearing. I keep hearing protect what's important. I don't know how that resonates for some of you, but it's resonating for someone. So somebody needs to hear it. Like you're protecting what you truly care about at this point. Like you may be having to do other things in the interim, like just to achieve one goal. Sometimes you have to make 3 more to accomplish that goal. Like for example, maybe you have like grandkids or nieces and nephews or your own children even, where there could be a situation where you're really trying to do a good job of taking care of them, but there's someone that stands in the way of you doing that. And you kind of have to appease that person to be able to care for the child in the long run. It could be a situation like that. Okay. All right. What else do we have for Gemini? Nine of Swords reversed. Okay. So there's a lot of you coming out of that anxious energy. This is, okay. Yeah. There's a lot of you that were possibly really nervous or really anxious about trying to bust a move somewhere or trying to relocate or change jobs or switch to a different department. Some of you might have been feeling really anxious about it before, and there's something that comes to make you change your mind. Like there's something that happens, there's some sort of event or situation that has made you change your mind. Could be happening on the 4th, could be happening anytime between now and then. But there's some sort of situation that really pushes you to believe that you need to take care of what's important. Even if that means like, oh, what is the word I'm looking for, Gemmy? Spirit, what is the word I'm looking for? It's not enabling other people's behavior, but it's like appeasing. It may require appeasing other people or other situations until you can get shit back into alignment with you. So like you may have to appease your sibling because you want to make sure your nieces and nephews are good. Or you may have to appease your child's co-parent because you want to get some more time with them to keep them safe. Or to be able to do more activities with them. Or you may be having to like concede some parenting time so that you can still let a child relocate with you. Like if you're moving away and getting another job, you may have to concede some of your parenting time, like giving them all of summer break and all of Christmas break so that you can have the kid come to school where you are if you're relocating. It's a situation like that, but you're totally good with this. Like you're ready to talk about it. You're ready to work through it, work it out. Like you're at a very peaceful spot where like you're not going to argue with people, but you're not going to let them walk all over you either because they've already done that. And we're not doing that again. Like this is a situation. This is the most viable option that I can fucking give you. And you're ready to just kind of slap the offer on the table and be like, take it or fucking leave it. Very good. Very good, Jemmy. What else? What? Okay. Woo. Some of you might be looking into the justice system here. Some of you may be having to get an attorney. Holy fuck. Yeah, some of you might be looking at divorce. Holy shit. Oh my god, really, Jemmy? Fuck's sake. Here we go. Alright, I'm just gonna say it. Fuck it. 3 of Wands reversed. The Lovers reversed. The High Priestess reversed. And Justice reversed. I mean, anybody that knows tarot cards knows that this is screaming that there's some sort of plan that got diverted or broken, delayed, completely nixed at this point, kind of, because the Lovers is in reverse, so you're out of alignment with your partner, with the people around you, or with your situation. You're no longer willing to commit to it or love it at all. And that explains why you're in that 4 of Pentacles energy, because you're just trying to take care of what is important or what you need to take with you. Anything that you don't need to take with you at this point, you are not fucking concerned about, and that's okay. Because we get the High Priestess reverse here too. Somebody definitely had some secrets come out, especially since it's right under that frickin' Nine of Swords too. Like something caused a lot of anxiety, a lot of tears, a lot of bullshit. Some of you might have even been unwell. Like somebody could have gotten sick from some bullshit. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not going to say no more. Y'all read between the fucking lines. You know what the fuck I'm saying. This is definitely not a good situation here. If this is dealing with a partner at this point, you are only concerned about what you have to obtain to be able to fucking leave. There is definitely divorce here in the fucking air, that's for sure. Just be careful about how much you're saying to that person. If you are making plans to leave, make sure that, like, if you want to keep sweet and not say anything, that's good. But you need to be doing your own shadow work. Like, don't leave anything out in the exposure for this person to plan against you. Because if you flip these cards into the other person's energy here, that means that they're planning to try to come into alignment with you. And they're wanting you to be this morally correct, wonderful, happy, like, housewifey type of energy. To take it how it resonates, male, female, doesn't fucking matter. They want you to be this solid, mature, like, religiously obedient fucking person to them. They feel like that's what they deserve out of this situation. So perhaps the fuckery came around because this person felt like they were not in control, that you weren't in alignment, and that possibly you were plotting or planning against them, like to move past them, to expand further than them, to leave them behind. Like they're a one person and you were planning to leave that to go achieve two wands. So maybe they were thinking you were trying to relocate or switch jobs or move houses or do something to have more control. They may have been thinking that you were trying to hide your money from them potentially, or that you were just trying to get to a point of expansion where you could literally leave them behind. If this is not a person, this could be, or a partner, this could be your children. It could be that you were trying to protect your children and it created more anxiety for you than anything. Like if you're trying to protect, and it doesn't have to be your kids, it could be your nieces and nephews or your grandbabies. Take it how it resonates, okay? If you were trying to protect these kids and you were trying to put plans in place, trying to be buddy and be partners to try to make things okay, to create a better, higher future for somebody with the High Priestess here, I need you to understand that that person that you're dealing with is not happy about what you were trying to do. They may be like kind of dangling the carrot in front of you, kind of letting you help when they say it's okay. But at the end of the day, they still have the control somehow or some way, legally, physically, mentally, or emotionally. This person has a hand up on what you're trying to accomplish, and they're not going to let it go through. So just be very careful about that situation. So my advice, Jimmy, before we even pull cards, pull your shadow work and don't leave nothing where they can see what the fuck you're doing, because they are on it. They know that you're doing something. They just can't quite put their finger on it at this point. But at some point here soon, they're going to realize what you're doing, and it's going to create a little bit of chaos for you. The less they know, the better. All right, let's pull. What advice do we have for Gemini? What advice do we have for Gemini? What advice do we have for Gemini? Advice for Gemini. Ooh. Live and let live. Y'all need to let go. Whatever the situation is, live and let live. Stop trying to change it, adjust it, make it expand, force it to align with you, or try to make it believe what you believe. Stop it. Live and let live. Either you're good with it, how it is. Don't wait for these people to change their mind or to reduce their fight against you, because it's not coming. It's not going to. This person may have started fighting you back during Aquarius season. January 20th to February 18th could have been an experience time where this person started kind of fighting you on the plot and plan here. That very well could be, but oh. The third, the ninth, the 6th. 3rd, 4th, 9th, 6th. 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 9. Spirit, where are you leading me with this? 3, 4, 5, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6. This could be somebody's address, somebody's phone number, somebody's area code, maybe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. I'm not sure. Those just could be dates as well. Perhaps some of this is occurring on those dates. Like whatever you're planning could be faltered on the 3rd. Perhaps something happens on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, or 9th where I'm definitely going to say by the 9th you're going to understand why it can't be okay. Whatever the situation, by the 9th you're going to know why the fuck it can't be okay. And I think that's kind of the point where you're going to need that advice. Live and let live. You do not have to carry everybody else's shit. You don't have to take care of everybody else. Worry about you. Live your life and let them live theirs. I don't even want to pull no more advice. I'm not going to. No, I'm not. All right, Jamie, that's what I have for you. We are going to move on to Cancer. All right, Cancer. What is going on for the Cancer Collective Spirit? What can we tell Cancer during this time, during Beltane? What does Cancer need to know? What does Cancer need to know? What does Cancer need to know? Wait, of Swords reversed. Okay. Some of you might be finally starting to look yourself in the mirror a little bit and be like, hey, beautiful, how you doing? Okay. Some of you are realizing you ain't that demon somebody tried to present you to be. Some of you might have been doing a lot of self-care rituals or taking better care of yourself. Some of you might have really just stopped letting yourself live in that anxious, trapped type of energy. Some of you may have even found freedom at this point. Maybe you cut yourself loose at times you ain't need no more. Could very well be. Let me get the Queen of Pentacles here. So a lot of you are really about your motherfucking money during this time, and that's cool. Y'all are in this motherly, stable, earthy, wonderful fucking energy here, Cancer. You are very safe. You are very protected. Okay? Queens are always protected. Masculine or feminine, take it how it resonates. Sex ain't real in tarot, just so you know. Like, male or female, switch the roles as need be. You're just really at this peaceful fucking point. I really don't even want to pull any more cards. Like, you just let go of the fucking anxiety. This could be happening. Let's see, that's what? 8. This could be happening on the 8th. Between like the 5th and the 8th for some of you. Some of you, it's that trauma, that feeling trapped, feeling anxious fucking energy that could have been taking between like the last 5 and 8 months where you felt like that. Or the last 5 to 8 weeks, 5 to 8 days. Take it how it resonates. It's going to apply differently for everybody. It's a general reading, but just understand that those feelings, if you are still feeling trapped and anxious about something, those feelings are coming to a fucking end. Some of you, it may be a motherly source that comes in to kind of pull you back out of that shit, to help you out, to lift you up. But for majority of you, I feel like that's where you're seating your own energy. You are very seated in this, I'm the fucking queen of this castle. I built this shit. I rooted this shit. This is my shit. Okay, nobody forced me out. Okay, nobody trapped me to be here. If I want to take my money and run, I fucking will. Beautiful. I keep hearing that song, Take the Money and Run. I have no idea who sings it. No idea. Alright, what advice do we have for Cancer during this time? What advice do we have for Cancer during Beltane? Advice for Cancer. Advice for Cancer. Ooh, 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 no, don't fall. Okay. Occult. Stop. Anything is possible, but that would have been reversed. Okay. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level, then beat you with experience. Yours was reversed, so I'm going to tell you, play fucking stupid. When they try to figure out what the fuck you have, or what the fuck you're about, or what you're pushing as being a possibility for you, when they start asking you, or people start getting lighting your ass up about what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you up to? Like, what are you plotting and planning at this point? Like, what? And with the occult here, man, there are really some people that are trying to figure you the fuck out. Like, I feel like they tried to kind of, this could be a partner or a family member or sibling or a friend. However it resonates, somebody was trying to fucking keep you down. And I do fully believe that they were using some magic to fucking make it happen. Some of you may have went and got like a protective spell, or you may have used moon energy or crystals to hoard that shit off. Good for you. Because whatever you did with that magic fucking kept that shit at bay. During the first quarter moon, it's a time for challenges and obstacles to arise, okay? This is that moving forward time of opportunities and solutions to appear, okay? So those mini crises moments, like, I feel like you're really getting a solution to your problem. And it comes because you kind of play stupid that there's a problem in the first place. Like, you yourself know that anything is possible. Anything is possible if you set your mind to it and you're really just digging in and letting those roots really fucking take form here by not allowing these people to limit you. Like, you're playing stupid about what it is you're plotting and planning, and these people are trying to fucking figure it the fuck out. And if you haven't already done that, that is what you need to do. Because with every crisis comes an opportunity. With every problem, there is a fucking solution. You'll find it. You are going to find it. Some of you, that the answer to your question may be in an occult matter. Maybe you need to get a reading, or you need to sleep with a crystal under your pillow so you can manifest and get some dream time, dreamland, fucking subconscious messages in there. Some of you might need to learn how to use runes and fucking start pulling them. Some of you, it's herbology. Like, some of you, maybe you had like a medical condition and you figured out a natural way to remedy it. Like, for me with my allergies, okay? Like, I have horrible fucking allergies, but I swear by this. I seen it in a dream. It came to me and I didn't believe it was going to work, but I swear by it. I have severe seasonal allergies, and every spring when the dandelions come up, I put them into a little tea bag, like a reusable tea bag, so that it's still aerating and it dries them. But the pollen and the dander and everything that's on them, it still gets into the fucking air. Now, I hang that motherfucker above my bed. And I promise you, within like 10 days of those flowers being there, I no longer have allergies. I have zero problem for the rest of the summer with allergies. Even when the pollen count goes sky fucking high, I have zero allergy symptoms. And no one would ever I would never have believed a doctor if they were like, oh, you just need to build an immunity to it. Just put dandelions above your head. You'll be miserable for 3 days, but for the whole rest of the summer, you'll be fine. I would not have believed them. But I promise you, it works for me. So maybe some of you are getting a hold of like the herbalist or the practitioner of some sort that's leading you to understand. Like, maybe you're doing your own research on something. It may not even be medical. Maybe some of you are looking into obstacles to remove negativity from you or to remove generational curses. Some of you are really delving into that shit, and amen for that, because I'm telling you, the solution is fucking coming. If you don't already have it, you do. And once you do have it, don't let everybody in on that shit, man. Play fucking dumb. Trying to argue with stupid people will get you fucking nowhere. So when they try to argue with you, act stupid. Just act stupid, because at some point they're going to be like, you ain't even making no sense. And you'll be like, yes, I am. And they're just going to walk away because they feel as if you're being unreasonable, but you already have the fucking solution. So it don't really fucking matter. Just saying. All right. That's what I have for you. Moving on to Leo. Hello, hello, Leos. Let's get it cracking. Spirit. What do we have for the Leo Collective during Beltane? What do we have for the Leo Collective? What is shaking for Leo? Ooh, we flew over. Ooh, Chariot. Okay. Some of you might be making travel plans. Some of you might be going to see something important. Some of you may be leaving for some sort of medical procedure or going to an appointment. Oh, that one flipped all the way around, so we're going to take it, but we're going to reverse it. Yeah, okay, so the Four of Pentacles, but it's going to be a challenge card for you guys. So the challenge at this time is really to focus on your budget. financially you're capable of doing of, make sure that you're following your budget. Make sure that you're not overspending. Like, if you're going on vacation, make sure you don't spend too much fucking money. If you're going on vacation, make sure that you're planning on being at places that are affordable for you and are safe for you is more important. I'm just gonna say that. Like, just make sure that you have a plan in place and that things are safe and things are secure for you to go wherever it is that you're going. Like, if you're going to a doctor's appointment and it's far away and you're not sure if you can, like, make it the whole, I don't know, 4 or 5 hour drive home afterwards or whatever, make sure you're booking a hotel to make sure that you're safe and you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing, okay? For others of you, wherever it is that you're planning on going or doing, just make sure that you have a safety net in place. For those of you who are looking for another job at this point, like you want to go find a new job, make sure that you have some savings. It may take a while to get to that other job. Or if you're thinking about moving houses, make sure that you're not overspending on what you're buying, and make sure that you save enough money back for anything you may need future-wise, okay? Okay. Definitely some big old shakeups here. That's a major arcana for you, Leo. Like, those are big changes. And you guys are fearless, so, I mean, you don't fear the change at all. At fucking all here. Some of you might be dealing with a Virgo or Leo. A fellow Leo, perhaps. Or somebody that has Leo in their chart somewhere. Some of you might need to focus on where your 7th house is. Or your 12th house. Yeah. Some of you, this could be happening. This may be happening on the 7th or the 12th. For some of you, this may be happening by the 4th. Maybe by the 4th you have to make the plan, and by the 12th you have the appointment, or take it how it resonates. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa, vice versa. Alright, what... Jeez. What advice do we have for Leo? Advice for Leo during Beltane? War is a challenge. Yeah, somebody's definitely coming to challenge you, is what I'm going to say. And it's going to create a little bit of chaos for you. It may even, like, destruct some things that you maybe thought were in place that now are not there. There's some sort of conflict coming that's making you want to go somewhere else, to do something else. Like, you may be having a conflict with someone where you have to take them to court, and you may have to, like, spend your savings to, for lack of a better term, to make things right. Like, maybe you have to hire an attorney because this person's a jackass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could very well be. Maybe this person's just a fucking retard. Who knows? What other advice do we have for Leo? Sunflower, okay. Longevity and Ingvar, okay. Alright, some of you are coming up to a form of yourself that is way more enlightened about your situation than it was before. What you need to focus on is the truth about things and how long they're going to last. If there is already chaos in what you're doing and you've only been there short term, you have a fucking problem. Okay, so like if you're going to a doctor and you already don't like their choices and their answers, and say you go to see them and things don't work out, like the appointment gets canceled, or you don't agree with what they're trying to do, or they're not doing it the way you want them to do, stop. Just stop. It's that easy. Like, you don't have to destruct anything. You don't have to be the source of the conflict. It takes 2 people to fight. It takes 2 people to argue. Okay, so if you're walking away from shit, they can't argue with you. Argue with your backside, maybe. There's no point in arguing with people that are not going to be reasonable with you, because what they're bringing to the table is conflict, vengeance, chaos, destruction of something. And you're not willing to give up that safety that you've made for yourself, and that's perfectly okay. Like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And that's what it is. Also, some of you are very much so in that Ingvar energy, and if you're not, you should be soon here. Okay, that's a very fertile, very internal growth, a balanced masculine and feminine energy. Okay? With the Chariot and Ingvar being here, you guys are at a very balanced point. Don't let people knock you off your balance. Okay? Don't let yourself knock yourself off that balanced energy. Like, if you go somewhere and you find out, oh shit, there's no hotels to stay in, it may fuck up your plan and fuck up your day and piss you off. Like, you may be creating your own goddamn destruction and chaos by not planning. You need to plan. Focusing in on the truth of things, like, I wouldn't be taking no reservation that is, oh, well, if we have room for you, we'll make the arrangement. Or, oh, I can put you on the call-off list for the appointment. You know what I mean? Like, don't be taking none of that shit. Either it's secure or it's fucking not. That's real advice. All right, moving on to Virgo. All right, Virgo. Let's see. Spirit, ancestors, guides, what is in store for Virgo during Beltane? What advice do we have for Virgo during Beltane? What do they need to know? Okay, that's quick. Nine of Swords, reverse, the Devil, reverse, and the Five of Swords. Okay. Y'all are finally at that done point. That's good. We're definitely at that not taking anybody's shit energy, that's for sure. Being past that Nine of Swords is a very difficult energy for anybody to master, but specifically people who are earth signs like you guys, because it's opposite you. It's an air card and you guys are earth. So for you guys to get past the verbal part of something and like the verbal anxiety of something, like you may have been arguing with people, you may have been losing sleep over something, really stressing yourself out about something here, and you're finally at that point where you're just at peace with it. Like, you've released the devilish energy. You're done letting the situation or the people control you. You're done letting them force you into things you don't want to do. Or this could be, if you're like battling addiction, you're finally at that point where you're done letting people talk you into things you don't want to fucking do. You're kind of taking the reins back yourself and picking the fight with the person it needs to be fought with. Like, you're finally in that energy of knowing who's who and what's what and why shit needs to be there and why it don't need to fucking be there. And you're ready to fight for it. You're ready to fight for getting yourself back into alignment because you're sick of the fucking toxicity here, Virgo. Like, somebody's going through something that's pretty fucking toxic. Or you have been going through it. Could have been for like the last 9 months. Could be 5 months, 5 weeks, 5 days. Something is very, very toxic. 15 could be a significant number to somebody as well. Maybe 15 months, 15 days, 15 weeks. Something like that. Alright, what advice do we have for Virgo? Good for you guys finally stepping up and stepping out. Not letting people get in your fucking way. Yeah, there is no surrender left in you. You got the last quarter moon card, okay? So the message is to release and surrender, okay? To clean out energetic debris. You're past that. Like, you're past your hibernate stage. You're past your bullshit stage. Like, there is no surrender left in you. It's time to fight. It's time to fight for what it is that you want and what it is that you're looking for, and you're just done. You're not energetically ignoring anything at this point. Some of you need to look into your credit. Not sure why, but you need to. Somebody might be having to make a line of credit to get what you need done, or somebody may be looking at your credentials. Like, what is the possibility of me getting a new housing? And you may have to fight for it. You may have to agree to certain things or to fight your way through the court system to get what it is that you're after. Okay? So you're really going to have to fight for that. And it may have to do something with your credit or something that helps you to initiate yourself into a better form, to boost yourself out of that toxicity. A lot of you, it has something to do with your credit. Okay? Okay. On the bottom of your deck is your challenge, which is Fihu reversed, okay? So at this point, there's been like a streak of bad luck, okay? And money is not going to be the issue. It's not going to be the money that stops this from happening. It's not going to be the money you're going to have to fight for. It's the accreditation. Like, you're not being denied for something because you don't have the money for it. You're being denied because you have shit credit, or because something on your credit is provoking them to believe that you don't need it, or that you shouldn't have it for whatever reason. It could be your reputation, it could be a credit, it could be like somebody doing a background check and finding out you have criminal history or something to that effect. There's something there to that, okay? All right, that is what I have for you. If it resonates, please do hit the like, share, subscribe. Feel free to comment. If you'd like a personal, my info is in the description below the video. We are going to move on to Libra. All right, Libra. Let's see what we got going. Let's see what we got going. What is shaking for Libra? What's going on for Libra? Ooh, right off the rip. The Hierophant. It almost wanted to flip, so I'm going to say that there's some of you where you looked into your old beliefs and you're finally figuring out what it is you truly believe about them. Like your secure, rooted belief of something is here. Your learned of something is complete. Like you've done all the research and you've looked into everything that you possibly can to educate yourself on the situation, and you're finally coming to that affirmative, this is how I feel about it, this is what I believe in, this is how it should be. Like you're really finding that permanent answer at this point. Some of you might be going back to church or looking into a religious belief at this point. Ten of Cups. Some of you might be getting married. Libra, for those of you who are thinking about taking a higher commitment at this point, there is overall happiness at the end of it. Some of you maybe even looking into having children as well. Or maybe your partner has 2 children and you're wondering if that's something you could be happy with. I think you will here. I mean, the Ten of Cups is about, I mean, short of being the sun, it's the happiest card in the fucking deck. So, I mean, you can't get much better than that. This is a damn good read for Libra. Holy shit. Some of you, the belief system, going back to church, may be something that saves a marriage at this point, or saves somebody's emotional fulfillment, emotional happiness to an extent here. Excuse me. The Hermit and the Ace of Cups, both reversed. Okay, yeah. Staying in the house and thinking about it on your own is probably not going to help. This is something, for this issue to be solved, you do have to go out and explore. It is going to be emotionally painful, is what I'm going to tell you. But at the end, it comes out as a happy situation. Like sometimes you have to cry to be able to release, okay? Like that's just how it is. That's how the universal energies play out. That's how they work. So sometimes you have to let go of something to be able to have an open hand to accept something new. So maybe you have to like let go of singlehood to be a permanent relationship. Like maybe some of you are fencing because you're not ready to let go of your freedom. If you want something that's committed, that's what you need to do. Okay. What advice do we have for Libra, Spirit? What advice do we have? Advice, Spirit. Advice for Libra. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I just keep flying all over the damn place. All right, you are in your own energy. Be careful about any gifts people trying to give to you, or any contracts that you're signing. Make sure that you read the small print. Like maybe if there's a prenup, make sure you read it in full. Okay. You do have good luck on your side at this point, as it is a Sagittarius energy. So perhaps sometime during Sagittarius season or the upcoming Saggy season. That for those of you who don't know, that is November 23rd through December 21st. So that could be a time of good luck for you, okay? You're also getting the sun, which is the planet of your conscious mind and your ego, okay? So you might be getting an ego boost from this. Finally being secure in what you know and believe to be true, okay? Really getting a good ego boost there. Kind words yield kind thoughts. So make sure that you're using kind words to explain things to people, or to speak with people, even when it's about something negative. Just be careful about how you're saying it, because that does allude to the energy of it's not what you're saying, it's how you said it. So just be sure that you're being kind, okay? We also get the star here for your advice, which is hope, faith, and prosperity. Have faith that you can succeed. Have faith that you do know the answer to it. You just need to go within to find it. But that your view isn't the only view that you need to look at. So you do have to go outward to understand why other people feel the other way about it, and make sure that your belief is secured. Or in listening to the other argument or debate about it, do you still feel conflicted? And figure out why. Get down to the bottom of that shadow work, and then your emotional fulfillment comes, okay? You also get the stop sign card here, okay? So at some point, someone is going to ask you to stop. At some point, someone is going to ask you to stop. Could be stopping a car. Could be stopping your research. Could be stopping trying to, maybe you're asking them too many questions. Like maybe you're trying to argue with this person about your belief or how you feel about something, and they ask you to stop because whatever you're saying is making sense to them, but they're not in that open mind frame to handle that. So you may have to hit the stop. Like, you know that what you're saying makes sense. You know that the argument is valid, but this other person may not understand or know why. They don't have to. It's your belief. It's your code. Either they understand it or they fucking don't. Either way, you end up happier for it. So, good to go. Okay? Okay. We're going to move on to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. Let's see. Spirits, guides, ancestors, what can we tell Scorpio during Beltane? What do they need to hear? What are the messages for Scorpio during Beltane? What advice or what do they need to know? What does Scorpio need to know during Beltane, Spirit? What do we need to know? Scorpio. Hey now. Hey now. What? How do you get the moon and the sun both next to each other? This is fuckery already. Oh, okay. Some of you are judging a book by its cover. I'm just gonna say it. There could be someone here where you feel like you should have helped them or wanted to help them and they told you no. Or this is you telling other people not to help you. Like, there could be people that are there, they're willing to help you get to these safer, calmer, quieter waters, and you're not feeling that they should help you or not accepting their help because you don't know what's attached to it. For those of you who that applies to, you're happier for not accepting it at the end of it, is what I'm going to tell you. Or for those of you who, like, maybe you offered to help someone and they refused, and you're not really sure why they refused your help. Like, they're gonna be okay in the end. Whoever it was who refused the help is gonna be okay in the end. It's the sun. There could be secrets or unknown reasons, unknown causes as to why that person would not take the help or the advice that you gave. But they're happier in the end for not doing it. Like, maybe they knew more about what it is that they needed. Or maybe they needed more than what you were willing to give, and they found another outlet or another source for it. That's really hard to hear sometimes because I think all of us as human beings, we all try to help as much as we can with anybody that we can, or at least I would hope so, like do no harm. But I do feel like you were concerned as to why. Like, you may have even lost sleep as to the wondering if this person was going to be okay at the end of this. Oh my god, okay. I'm just going to say it because that's what I felt. Like, I feel like this is like taking someone to a hospital and they have a DNR and then they just kind of, like, you're being told to let go. And you don't really want to let go. You want people to help them, but for whatever reason, this person was ready to let go. If that message resonates for somebody, I need you to know and understand that this person is okay and they're happy. That went really deep, really fast. Sorry. Condolences to whoever that applies for. For the rest of you that does not apply for, this person is going to be happier in the long run for not taking the help. Or if this is you refusing someone else's help, you may have to kind of follow the unknown to figure out a better source of the help or to figure out your way through it. Like, sometimes you have to walk through the dark night of the soul to figure out what happiness really is. Okay. It's okay to walk it alone. It's okay to want to figure it out on your own. It's okay to want to be on your own, to figure it out on your own, to not allow others to give you options, or, like, it's okay to want to experience what that's like. It's okay to do that, for those of you who need to know. Like, if anyone's trying to force you to take help, like, it's okay to not want it. It's okay to not want the help. It's okay to try to figure it out on your own. That's okay. What advice do we have? Ooh, ooh. Jira's wanting to poke out. Okay, Jira is reversed. Okay, so like something isn't happening in proper timing. So perhaps you go through a situation where something just wasn't done on time, or something couldn't be completed on time for some reason. There's some sort of obstacle or challenge in the way of why something didn't get done how it was supposed to get done. And it creates this problem. But in the end, it's actually a reward. So say you're going to sign for a new apartment, okay? And you don't have enough for the down payment. And somebody's like, oh, well, I can give you the money for the down payment. And you're like, no, I'm just going to not do it because, I mean, if I can't afford it, I don't want it. And this person's like, okay, but you're going to be fucking homeless. Okay, but maybe living in your car for that week buys you enough time to find a better fucking option at the end of it. Like maybe you find something that suits you better, or something that is more secure for you, or doesn't cost as much, it doesn't take as much from you, and it makes you happier for it in the long run. Okay? Your advice is to reap the rewards, but in the time given. All help isn't good help. Take what you need from it, but don't take more than you're willing to sacrifice, or anything that is not given freely. I would not take those. Okay? It could take up to a year to get back to this peaceful place for some of you. Stay positive, be reasonable, live and let live. Some of you, this could have happened during Aquarius season between January 20th and February 18th. Or perhaps some of you are dealing with an Aquarius energy where you need to live and let live with this person. There's a lot of thought behind the movement. The reason why they're saying no or you're saying no is a very inspiring reason not to. If you stay positive and your vibration stays high, whatever is meant to be will never pass you by. So if you're being told a reason why you can't do something, or someone throwing something at you where you have to have help for whatever reason, you're capable of finding another solution to it, one that is better suited for you. If you stay positive, it will come. Like, if you build it, they will come, okay? Like, if you stay positive and you only rely on yourself completely independently from other people and other places and other things, you will reach that understanding where if I'm happy, everyone should be happy for me. Even if that means you got an apartment in the middle of the ghetto, okay? Or even if that means that someone had a DNR and it upset people that they didn't want to live any longer. Well, maybe they're looking at it from the wrong perspective. Maybe that person wasn't okay with being a burden. Or maybe they weren't okay with the treatment that they were going to need to get better. Maybe they felt like letting go was the better choice. Or maybe they were just tired. Maybe they were just tired. And it's okay to be tired. It's okay to want to not do things. That's what I got for you guys. Moving on to Sagittarius. Hey, 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 Sagittarius. Alright, Sagittarius. Spirit, ancestors, guides. What does Sagittarius need to know for Beltane? What messages do we have for Sagittarius? King of Pentacles. Alright, some of you might be dealing with a king, or some of you may be being in a king energy here. Ten of Swords reversed. Yeah, some of you are finally crowned here. You walk through the depths of fucking hell and you're finally fucking crowned for it. Yep. The question is, do you want to commit for it? That is the question that you will have to answer on your own here, is do you want to commit to the bullshit? Like, yeah, you can be the boss, but if you have a shit crew, do you really want the fucking job? Like, do you want to be the circus master? Do you really? That's kind of the energy that's here. This could be a person finally like getting a relationship with someone you've had struggles with for quite some time. You could have been dealing with this person on and off for like 10 months or 10 years. It's really just that energy of like people really understanding that they feel it's okay to hurt you. They feel it's okay to backstab. They felt it was okay to spy and betray and talk and be just fucking scurvy motherfuckers, man. They feel like it's okay to sketch you out and to do stupid shit. And for whatever reason that they did that shit, like, it's making you question whether you really want to step into this ring with them or not. How interesting. This could be about a relationship too. Like, perhaps this is finally that person being like, okay, we can make it official. But you're just at that energy where you're like, okay, but you've already put me through so much fucking shit. Do I really want to commit to somebody that doesn't give a fuck? Are you really committing at that point? Like, are you really committing to it? Or is this just the point where you're just like, you're just talking to talk? You're giving me what you want so that I won't walk away, but it's still not a actual, factual, for real, in your heart commitment. Woohoo. That got real fast. Real fast. Okay, what advice do we have for Sagittarius? What advice do we have? Advice for Saggy. Okay. Yeah, y'all are backwards earth energy right now. What the fuck? Well, y'all are fire, so I mean, that does make a whole lot of sense. But I mean, you are a fixed sign too, or a mutable sign, so it's interesting. Pay attention to things. Pay attention if someone is not doing things in order. Okay? Like, if they're trying to jump the gun, or they're not proving stability, or if they can't provide prosperity that's needed, or this person is infertile in some way, shape, or form, like they're not capable of growing as a person, or if they just flatly don't have fertility, like those are things that you need to pay attention to. Like, especially those of you who like don't have children and you want to have children at some point in the future. If you're looking at committing and getting involved with somebody, you need to make sure that that is a possibility for y'all. Just gonna put that out there. If you want children, you might want to make sure that you're able to have children with this person. Oh, the kitty's mowing. He wants in. Sorry. This is the first time I've done the readings in outside of my house, you guys. So I'm in my shed. Sorry, the kitty. I'm just going to pause it for just a second. Let me let the cat in. Okay. Sorry. Okay, guys. Wenzel is also here. So that's like an extremely... It's like, it's very much so the sun card here, okay? So it's the card, it's the rune of joy and success, okay? So your advice is to look for things that bring you joy. Look for things that make you actually feel successful. Like, just because it looks successful on paper doesn't mean that it actually makes you feel successful. So making sure that we're committing to things that are truly making us happy and aligning us with our purpose is probably extremely important. For some of you, accreditation may come into a part here. Make sure that you're not opening lines of credit with people that you can't trust or commit to. Peace begins with a smile, okay? So like even at strangers on the street or people that you're running into, just make sure that you're smiling. And I'm not saying like if you're in a crap mood or you're having a bad day, like I'm not saying to smile, but like if you're happy, spread the wealth, baby. Spread the wealth. Also, some of you are being advised not to stay silent. Okay? When there are problems, they need to be spoken. If you keep them in silence, then no one knows. If there are problems, they need to be known. Absolutely. 11/11 could be significant for you guys as well. Maybe that was a significant date for someone. It could be like someone digits of someone's phone number, digits on somebody's credit card. But 11/11 is an invitation to manifest. Okay, so you're being invited to manifest what it is that makes you happy during this time. Especially during this time. This is Beltane. It's important. Promoting yourself to grow, to prosper, to be protected, to be safe, to make solid, good choices and harvest from them. This is the time to manifest those. Alright, that's what I have for you guys. Moving on to Capricorn. Hey, 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 Capricorns. Alright. Spirit, ancestors, guides. What do we have for Capricorn during Beltane? What does Capricorn need to know during Beltane? What does Capricorn need to know? What messages do we have for Capricorn during Beltane? The Hierophant, the Moon, Page of Wands. Okay. Some of you guys are really starting to form this beautiful, like, honorary life code of your own. Like, you're really starting to realize what is important to you, what makes you tick, like what you believe in and what you don't, what's right and what's wrong, how you handle yourself, how you handle things around you, what lifestyle you want to lead, what image you want projected of yourself, societally, to your partners, to your family, to your friends. Like, really putting yourself in that I know myself energy. Like, this is my belief. This is what I know. Like, that's beautiful. A lot of you could be coming into that energy around the 5th, like just really being real confident in understanding what the fuck is up. Okay? Then we move into the moon energy here. So some of you might you may be running into a situation where not everything is clear. Like, there are things around you that are unknown and you're not real cozy with them. It's like real edgy sketchy. It's kind of like walking through a haunted house, you know? Like, it's dark and you don't really know what's going to jump at you. It's a very edgy energy. Then you get this Page of Wands. Someone may be coming in with a small message about something you want to know about. It is a very immature energy. So maybe this is a person that doesn't know you very well. Or maybe this is someone that you is younger than you, or someone you consider to be immature. But they're coming to talk to you. They have something to say to you. And it's not reversed, so they're not playing games with you. Whatever it is that they're talking about, you might want to pay attention to. I'm not going to come out and say it's the full truth, but it's about something that you want. Whether you willingly know that you want that, or you subconsciously know that it's something that you want. They're coming forth with a message about something you need to know about, for sure. It is Wands, though, so I mean, it could be like looking at a fucking bonfire, or it could be like getting stabbed with a knife. You never know. I shouldn't say it like that, sorry. It's like gazing at a bonfire or getting burnt by a hot poker. You know, it's a 50-50 on which way it's gonna fucking roll here. What advice do we have for Capricorn Spirit? What advice do we have? Advice for Cappy? Oh, that's a lot. Okay, we'll take that. Saturn. Okay, so we need to pay attention to where Saturn is at in your birth chart. That is the planet of responsibility and discipline, for those of you who do not know. Okay, so this could have to do with your responsibilities or your self-discipline on something. That may be what the message is about, or what the dark unknown thing is about. It could be there's something that you aren't understanding or knowing about your self-discipline, or about your responsibilities, or about someone else's responsibility or discipline. Okay, there's some sort of challenge that is coming, and it's going to challenge your self-control and your ability to unify with other people and to wait for the truth to be revealed. Okay, one more. Could we get one more for Cappy? There's us. Okay. Watch your reactions to people at this time. Yeah. Watch your reactions, specifically your body language and how much access you give people to your energy. Definitely pay attention to both at this time, okay? Perth is also here with detoxify, okay? So we're going to say that detoxifying your energy is going to be important, making sure that you're cleansing and keeping your energy and your spaces around you clean and clear of emotional bullshit. Like, making sure that you're making logical choices and not purely relying on them emotionally. Like, you are set in that mode where you know what you believe in, you know what's right, you know what's okay, and either what these people are saying or doing is okay, or it's fucking not. Like, that's where you're at. But I do feel like there's some secrets that are going to be revealed at this time. Or at minimal, there are secrets being kept, and you're going to figure out that the secrets are there. Okay? It's one or the other. For each of you, it may be different. Maybe somebody does discover the secrets, and maybe somebody does not. Take it how it resonates. Just watch how reactive you are, and try not to be super, super forceful about something. Like, it's okay to, like, it's absolutely okay for you to express how you feel about something, but trying to force someone to admit something or to force someone to try to believe the same as you, it's not going to be a playable energy at this time. Just know what you know. That's all you need to know. Detox the rest, man. Drop the shit that don't fucking matter. It's not for you to carry. You've let them know how you feel or what you agree with. And if they're not good with that, then keep walking. You know? Okay. That's what I got for you, Cappy. Moving on to Aquarius. Alright, Aquarius, let's see what's popping. What is going on for Aquarius during Beltane? What messages does Aquarius need to hear during Beltane? What do they need to know? Spirits, ancestors, guides, what does Aquarius need to know during Beltane? What is the Beltane energy for Aquarius? Okay. Justice. Oh my goodness. Somewhere, somehow, some way, there's an Aquarius getting some justice. Absolutely. For some of you, this could be like 11 months waiting, 11 years waiting, 11 days. Some of you, it may happen on the 11th. Anytime between Beltane, which is tonight and tomorrow, versus the summer solstice, okay? So anytime between now and the summer solstice. I want to say it's the first week of August or the last week of July, one or the other. But between now and then, there's some sort of justice that is coming to you, okay? The scales are going to be balanced somehow, some way. Okay. Let's see. What else we got? Alright. You didn't walk away from something. Emotionally, you didn't walk away from something. And it created this new beginning for you. This new beginning for you that made sense. It may have only made sense to you. Maybe it didn't make sense to the other person, but it made sense to you. But it caused this huge, or it's causing this huge rift, this huge unbalancing here. Perhaps for some of you, this is like moving to a different department at work, and it really throws the department you were in off. But at the end of the day, like, it's justified as to why you're leaving. Like, maybe you had an experience at work where they weren't really treating you real good in one department, so you switched over to another, and now it's just in this situation where you're just like, shit's not fucking balancing. Now, whether that is on your part or their part is kind of at discretion, because I don't feel like it's one or the other that's really causing the fucking problem here. I think it's just this situation where, in order for you to feel as if things are fair, like, you do have to stay with something. You can't completely emotionally let go of it. If this is like a relationship situation, this is where, like, you may have had to walk away from the person, like physically walk away from them for them to understand your worth. And now this person's kind of coming unraveled and things are not adding up. Like, it's justified for you because you figured out your self-worth here. You didn't completely emotionally walk away from that person. Perhaps they had a new beginning or a new start with like a different person, and now they're like, well, what the fuck? Why won't they do this for me, or how come they can't do that? And you're just like, well, sorry, not sorry. Like, I told you. Maybe you should have cherished what you had when you had it. Ooh, that's vicious almost. Very Aquarius energy up in this motherfucker today. Oh, that is such an Aquarius thing. Oh my goodness. You're like, make it make sense or fuck off. Like, it's very Aquarius. Yeah, this is not a point where you need to be humble, okay? You could be dealing with a Leo, or this may have happened during Leo's season. Or the point where you need to not be humble with this person any longer may come during Leo season, which is July 23rd through August 22nd. Perhaps that is the point where this person starts unfucking raveling and you're just like, sorry, not sorry. Like, I did what I could for you. Like, I didn't completely emotionally walk away from you. Like, I love you to pieces, but I'm not going to let you put me through that shit. And you putting someone else through it is what's causing them to fucking be unbalanced and causing their shit to fuck up. And I'm sorry, but you're a rolling ball of chaos. Like, I couldn't let you destroy me too. That's why I walked away. Like, I still love you, but I don't want to do that again. Yeah, dream big. Dream big. Virgo season could be significant for you too. So August 23rd through September 22nd, you need to really focus on your big dreams, the big things, the big goals, okay? Those are what you need to be focused on. Some of you need to do a summer solstice ritual. I'm not sure who that fucking applies to, but there's lots of things that happen during the summer solstice, and I feel like there's quite a bit of you that may need to do a little bit of research into that and figure out what the fuck it is you need to fucking release. Because at that point, I do feel like your dreams are coming in, and if your hands are full at this point, juggling, you're gonna have to release something to accept something better, okay? Like, I'm just gonna put it out there. For some of you, it could have to do with traveling or leaving or moving something. It's a big change that's coming, okay? It's a big dream, it's a big deal, it's a big change. Maybe it took a year to get there, or it took a while for this to become proper timing. Make sure that you putting things in order happens in the right time frames. So, like, don't just up and leave and abandon a lease and then end up owing money later, okay? Like, you need to make sure that there's completion before beginnings. That's going to be key important for somebody here. Also, trust your intuition. It'll never fucking mislead you. I promise you, it may feel wrong or be wrong at first, but in the long run, it's always fucking right. There's nothing noble in being superior to fellow man. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. Yeah, just worry about you. Worry about you being a better person within the next day, week, year. Are you better than you were yesterday? Fantastic. I feel like there are other influences that are coming in to motivate you here. Your self-discipline could be extremely important for you guys, especially when it comes to your creativity or like your visionary stuff. Like, you have visions, but for you to accomplish them, you're going to have to outsource what you're doing. Like, you can't do it. Excuse me. Goodness, whatever it is you're doing, you're not going to be able to get there on your own. It's going to involve partnership, cooperation of some sort. Just make sure that you're doing it with the right people and places, okay? Out of this, only good will come during Aries season. So you could be finding out some information between March 21st and April 19th, or you did, and or you could just be dealing with an Aries. Whatever happened during that time, where it was kind of challenging, or it burned a little bit, only good will come of it for whoever needs that. Okay, all right. Those are the messages I have for you. Moving on to Pisces. Just kind of a side note, you guys. For Aqua's here, like, I keep hearing that song, Be Humble, Sit Down. I don't know who sings it. It's a rap song. I will have to look it up and put it in your comments, but it's playing in my head over and over again. So just like, maybe some of you need to hear that, or some of you need to listen to that specifically if it's about that situation where somebody's trying to either force you to be humble or somebody's trying to pull you out of your humble. Like, they're testing your patience a little bit. Like, when somebody needs that. So I'm going to put it in the comments. Okay, Pisces, let's see what's crack-a-lacking for you guys during Beltane. What's going on for Pisces during Beltane, Spirit? What messages, advice, or information does Pisces need during Beltane? Spirit, guides, ancestors, what does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know? Ooh, there you go. Okay, did a full flipper. Challenge at this time is to learn how to give without giving too damn much. Or if somebody is offering you something, to make sure that there's no strings attached to what is being offered. Like, maybe they're like, oh yeah, come stay with me. And in reality, like, they only want you to stay long enough to give them some, and then they want you to dip. Or they make a reason for you to leave. Like, take it how it resonates, y'all. Or maybe somebody wants you to take a higher up position, but only so that you can do more, but get paid the same. Like, just be very careful about what you're accepting from people at this time, especially if somebody's offering you food or drink. Like, just really pay attention to that, because following that card, we get the Four of Cups here, and it is in the upright. So there's something that someone's offering you that you're just not fucking okay with. Like, something don't feel right about it. Emotionally, your intuition is telling you, and you should pay attention to that, because there may be strings attached to this that you don't fucking know about or understand. Yeah, protect yourself. Nine of Wands here. You're in a wounded warrior energy. You're tired of the bullshit. Like, I get that. I feel that hard. Like, I literally feel it in my chest. Somebody's just really tired of doing the battle. Like, you want more from people and they're just not giving you what the fuck you need. This is specific. Or maybe it's not. This could be the larger majority of the collective, because I don't feel anything else coming from this other than that. Like, this is just that energy of, you know what you want, you know what you need, and you're not getting it from whoever or whatever this source is. And at the end of it, you're having to constantly protect yourself, protect your energy, protect your space. And for what? You know what I mean? You just end up in this wounded warrior conflictual energy at the end of it. Like, you're hurt and exhausted by the end of it. What else, Spirit? What else? What is the 9? Yeah. Yeah, these people could be backstabbers. These people like to talk a lot. They may be talking about you behind your back. They may be trying to get you to do things that you're not comfortable with. They could be spying on you, picking fights with you, like talking shit about you to other people. They could be actually physically assaulting you even. I'll just put it out there. Like, you just are tired of the daily constant battle of just being fucking struck, man. You just get struck over and over and over and over and over again. It's like, no matter how hard you try to be civil, no matter how hard you try to be nice, no matter how many times you tell them the truth, they don't believe you, or how many times you tell somebody that something's wrong, they can't see the fucking light. Whatever is going on, okay, take it how it resonates, but whatever they're doing to stab you, it's leaving you in this energy. Like, you are doing a good job of not accepting the emotional damage that comes with their bullshit. Like, you are not carrying their baggage at all, which is good. But at the same time, you're still dealing with the trauma of that re-injuring, re-injuring, re-injuring. Every time this person offers you something, it's not really what you need or what you want. And that's the problem. Because at the end of the day, like, they're upset because you didn't accept their offer, and you're upset because they didn't offer you enough, or they didn't offer it to you freely. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries. The Emperor is here. Some of you might be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or a Taurus. Could be a Virgo as well. Take that how it resonates for you guys, but I really feel like the helper in this situation is really going to be you standing in your energy. Like, you're just going to have to boss up to this shit. Whatever's causing the problem, you need to stand up to it, and that's just what it is at the end of the day. If you want to be out of that wounded energy, that tired of protecting yourself energy, then you need to be open, and it's going to hurt like hell, but you need to stand in your boss shoes and stand up for it. Like, you're offering me this, but that isn't what I need. Or you offered me that, but that's not what I want. You need to tell people, I'm not accepting this because, or I'm not doing this because of this, or this is why I'm doing that, okay? The Emperor does not just send people to war and not tell them fucking why, okay? Like, the Emperor doesn't put someone to death and not tell them why. Oh, you bet your ass. They had a court date, they had a whole trial, and that Emperor stood up and is be like, you're being put to death because you're a piece of shit. It's no different for you. You have to be like, I'm ending this because this. Or I'm not doing this because ABC. And at the end of it, you're going to be victorious from it, because you get the six of wands right afterwards. So by you stepping into your boss shoes, it brings you a victory, because it brings this understanding. Okay? It's like they finally understand your battle. And when they understand how much you have been through, or why you don't want to do what you're doing, like, if they understand okay, I've been going through this. Like, I went to war, I fought, I won, and I came home and I'm alive. And that's what fucking matters. It's that very victorious, that very win-win energy. And it is a win-win situation for you and for this person, because they understand now why you didn't accept. It does not really decide whether they're going to change their offer to you. It doesn't decide whether they're going to stop talking shit. But it lets them know, it clears the air. It lets them know you're not fucking taking their shit no more. Or what they offered you is garbage and they're not going to fucking accept it. Clearing that air and letting them know, like, this is why, this is, like, giving yourself out there, stepping into those boss shoes, making them understand your point of view, and making sure that they know that you fucking know, you know? Like, the emperor goes into somebody else's camp, but like the four kings are lining up against him, okay? He's going into their camps. He's going back to each one of their fucking castles, and he's like, listen, I'm not here to fucking feast. I ain't here to fucking accept your food, your drink, no nothing, and I'm not fucking staying here. But what I am going to tell you is if you fucking move against me, I'll fucking kill you. Not saying that you need to be that extreme, but I'm just saying, like, the boss does not fucking take shit, okay? And the emperor is the boss of bosses. Like, no, I'm not going to take that job because you're not going to make me do 2 jobs and pay me for 1. That's not happening. If that's what you want, then I'm cushy cozy right here. I don't need to do nothing else. Have a good day. You don't have to be a bully, but you do need to stand up for yourself. And you're going to win for it in the end. It's going to be a win-win situation because then everybody's on the same playing field. Everybody knows what everybody knows, and everybody understands why people are doing what they're doing. It puts everybody back at square one. It's like a brand new game of chess now. It's a brand new game now. Yeah, I watched you play your fucking game. I watched you lose it. I watched you win it. Whatever the case is. And they're like, okay, I understand it now. Yeah, somebody's bringing fury and chaos. Peace begins with a smile. Okay, so make sure you're watching that energy. If it's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. Okay, so like I said, you don't got to be a dick about it. You don't got to be a bully. Just make sure that they understand. Because challenges and obstacles will arise, but it also opens up opportunities and solutions to appear, okay? The first quarter moon could be significant for you guys, so pay attention to that. Make sure that you're looking at what the moon is and how it abides to you in your birth chart and how it moves into alignment for you. Some of you, this shift or this change for you, that point where you do need to let it out, may be coming during that first moon time. I'll have to put it in I'll put it in the comments when the next first quarter moon is and what sign it's in, so you guys are aware of that. Let me look at the 9th, the 6th, the 10th. Could be 6 weeks, 6 days. Yeah, 6 is pretty heavy up in here. So yeah. Four and 6. Okay. Yeah, you guys just be careful. Just be careful about how you're saying stuff to people, making sure that you're not bringing the war to them. Like, acknowledge the chaos, acknowledge your suffrage, acknowledge that the conflict exists. Okay? Acknowledge it, bring your points up, make sure that you are making them aware of what the problem really is so that a solution can be created. Because if these people don't understand that there's a problem, they're not going to look for a solution. If you want a solution, you have to make awareness to the problem. You have to arise to the challenge to create the solution, the opportunity. If you arise to the challenge, the opportunity will present itself as well. Okay, that's what I got for you guys. If it resonates, please do hit the like, share, subscribes. Feel free to comment. If you'd like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below the video. And with that, I will wish you all lots of love and light.